What's going on, guys? Patrick here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin currently trying to break out from the resistance that we talked about in a previous video and how we can put ourselves in the best position in the right trade in order to make the most profit possible. So make sure you guys stay all the way until the end because we have a bunch to cover. But before we dive into that, I'm going to put up the phone number on the screen right now where I've been texting a ton of you guys. So if you guys want to text me, ask me any questions related to anything to do with crypto investing, entrepreneurship, business, whatever it is, make sure you text that link. I think it's going to actually be above my head right now. So let's go into some Bitcoin technical analysis. The daily time frame starting off with Bitcoin currently looking like it's trying to have that breakout, like I said, on the daily time frame. Now, once we zoom into the 4 hour and the 1 hour, things are going to look a little clearer and they're going to look a little less certain, which is where we have to highlight the important levels that we need to break in order to see this bull run continue. Now, note Bitcoin currently with this candle is still forming a large gap away from the EMA ribbon where it's been some time ever since we had this major pump here, just like we had previously. It's been some time where we actually came and had that retest and the touch of the EMA ribbon. So keep that in mind. Obviously, it doesn't mean it has to happen right now, but the EMA ribbon does usually tend to act as a magnet where we like to touch the support when we're above it and we like to test the resistance when we are below it. So the fact that we aren't near it right now does add a little bit more of uncertainty just because at any moment we could see Bitcoin come down and retest it. But if we zoom into the 4 hour where things are getting a little more interesting, you guys can see what we highlighted previously, which was this resistance line that Bitcoin had touched multiple times with the exception of this fake breakout where it came right back down. Now you could even draw a resistance that comes up, a support that comes up somewhere like this and form it into a triangle just to give you guys an idea of what we're looking at. I'm personally looking at the upside right now because of Bitcoin trying to have this breakout. So if this breakout were to continue or if it were to reverse and start coming back down, then we would obviously be looking at the support that is drawn over here. But in order to keep the chart simple and just highlight the points I'm looking at right now, we want to focus on this top resistance line right here because with Bitcoin right now, we have the EMA ribbon acting as support. It acted as multiple times the support over here. And then currently we are having this attempted breakout over here. Now, on the 4 hour time frame, again, it looks like we just came, we touched it, and we started to have a run to the upside. But the 1 hour, keep in mind, that's a 2 hour, the 1 hour, once we actually come into the 1 hour, we see something that we love to see with the Bitcoin price, and that's this section over here. Now, the reason we love to see it, now this could be adjusted. Obviously, we could adjust a little bit to make sure it's perfect. The point isn't trying to make this line perfect. It's understanding the levels that it's trying to tell us about. So we obviously had the breakout attempt over here. This one we tried to break to the upside, and from there, usually what people want to happen is obviously something like this, right? Boom to the upside. However, not usually what happens because what we like to see is Bitcoin come back down and retest the previous resistance that is now support. So Bitcoin obviously having multiple times rejected this resistance and it clearly showing that it was resistance. Once it broke above, that resistance became support, and we wanted to see this section right here, which is Bitcoin coming back down to test that support to indicate again that, yeah, that resistance is now support and we are going to have that continuation, that further move to the upside. And that's what we are seeing right now on the 1 hour time frame. So the reason why we're not showing you much of the support that we could have previously drawn for this triangle, right, something like this, is because as of right now, Bitcoin has broken above. Then the next target level we were going to look at was somewhere over here, right, around $15,500, just the previous high that it had once it tried to do that breakout. It confirmed a break above this. So as long as volume continues, we can expect Bitcoin to hopefully continue on its way to the upside. Now, the most important thing we have to know with Bitcoin obviously is half the time it's got a mind of its own. It's going to do what it wants to do. Money can influence it. A lot of whales in the space with a lot of money can influence it. And so the thing we always want to watch out for is every time we get a correction. Once we zoom to the weekly, you guys will see what I'm talking about. We've been in a fantastic upward run for a very, very long time. So similar to what we saw happen over here a little bit, right, where it had a little bit of a correction, and what we saw happen over here where it had a little bit of a correction, these are the times where you should be looking to buy Bitcoin. Not during these times. Obviously, buying here once we broke above, it would have been fantastic. But if you can analyze the chart and realize that, yeah, once we have these corrections, these are the levels where I'm looking to buy a Bitcoin. That's gonna put yourself in the best position to succeed, because even with Bitcoin having this many green candles, it's not going to just form green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle. There are going to be times where we have a red candle followed by green candles, right? This is going to be this is the general pattern that we tend to see in charts. So once we see this happen and we start to see these levels coming back down, maybe testing the EMA ribbon as support like we saw happen here, as well as almost touching it, not quite, but acting as the support in this range as well, these are the times where we want to be picking up Bitcoin. And it's very clear. Even when Bitcoin's on its way down, we could dollar cost average here, then it drops lower. We dollar cost average over here. Then it had that pump and it dropped lower, and we dollar cost average at this level as well. Make sure you guys can see that. I don't know if my head was covering it, but that's where I'm looking at in terms of the Bitcoin chart right now. Bitcoin currently 1 hour looking a little more bullish. Now in terms of my positions, I was in an Ethereum trade, an Ethereum short that hit 2 out of the 4 targets, closed in pure profit, and I was in a Bitcoin short that came in at this level over here, which hit 3 of our targets, and then we moved the stop loss obviously, and it was a pure profit trade. Didn't hit the 4th, but 3 out of 4, it was extremely profitable either way. So we entered a short here. Already during this move, we were able to hit multiple take profits, and then it came back and even went down a little bit again, but not as far as it did previously. Overall though, just a very, very simple trade. So now with this breakout, currently I'm not in any position at the time I'm recording this video. However, that's obviously going to change. And if you guys want to stay updated with the positions that I'm in, with the positions that my team are in, make sure you guys check out the first link down below in the description for the Cryptocurrency Trade Alert group. You'll get access to every single one of mine and my expert team's altcoin trades, all of our leverage trades. You'll get access to the #1 community in the cryptocurrency space, but most importantly, for 14 days, for 2 weeks, you can get access to everything completely for free. You'll see every one of our trades. We're not going to hide anything from you. We're pulling back the curtain. We're showing you everything that we are entering for free for 14 days. And if you don't like it, doesn't work for you, whatever it is, no questions asked, you can simply cancel and you'll avoid getting charged. So it's extremely simple. We're breaking down all the barriers to entry, but note really quick as well, Bitcoin, with it having its recent research, or with it having this little bit of a move that it's having now, previously with this consolidation, we started to see Bitcoin dominance drop just a little bit, starting to head down, letting altcoins get a little bit more of a breather room. And that's why we're starting to see some altcoins perform a little bit better now than they maybe had been doing over the last few weeks. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. What you think is going to happen with Bitcoin? Are we headed on our way to that $18,000, maybe even $20,000 mark very, very soon? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments so we can go through, see what everybody says, and then see who's right at the end of the day. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on Friday for another video.